This is highly cancerogenic. See those fibers? Those fibers, right? They don't, when they get in your body, you cannot expel them. And they cause cancer, right? Lung cancer, heart disease, all kind of really bad stuff. And unfortunately in Indonesia, they use a lot of asbestos roofing, right? Roofing made of asbestos. And I know in Canada it's now illegal. I think it's not allowed to use it in construction. In Indonesia it's still allowed. And in Jakarta it's like a lot of houses are made of asbestos. Like it's asbestos roofing. Usually when it's not disturbed like that, right, it doesn't spread those fibers in the air, but when it's moved and it's broken, right, a little bit here, it can spread a bit more. See, if you got a metal roofing right here, it's a lot more healthier, right, but it does get like a bit broken. I guess it's because it's anti-fire. It doesn't burn as easily, and it's more, I mean, resistant, right, to wear and tear and all that. In Western cities you have it also, right, especially in like older buildings, right, they still like have sometimes asbestos in them, right, like in construction products. And we all breathe a minuscule amount of asbestos every single day. I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay, we all breathe it, but like in such a tiny amount that it's like doesn't cause any issue, right? But yeah, that's the thing. So, and especially in cities, right, big cities, man, you'll be breathing a lot more from what I've saw. But here on this island, I guess it's a lot less, right, especially when you're like outdoor. But usually it's an issue when you're like indoors, right, you're working with asbestos products indoors. That's like really bad. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man, in Indonesia. It's even this one, right, this, you got some asbestos here, right, and yeah, over there as well. See that house over there? Asbestos. You can see it from a mile. Like when it's gray, like dark gray, you know it's asbestos. And yeah, when it's like bluish, you know, it's metal. This one's metal, right? This one's well, right, metal. Generally speaking, it will not cause you cancer simply by living in Indonesia. That's the reality, right, of living in Southeast Asia. So I think it's pretty much everywhere. The Philippines as well, right? Indonesia, Thailand, like you will see asbestos sheeting everywhere, right? And yeah, man, just stay far from them. And yeah, just don't touch them, because usually you need, like in the US, you need like special training just to touch asbestos. I mean, I think back in the 60s, it was like marketed as like an healthy thing that doesn't cause cancers, healthy for kids. You got some ads of kids playing in asbestos fiber powder, and stories that those same kids died like 20 years later of cancer, right? I mean, this is sad, man. Just then they banned it in I think generally in the Western world, I guess. So if you're renting a house or moving to Indonesia or Southeast Asia, stay far from these. Ciao.